Hey everyone, hope you're well. This is CoinsKid, just going over to Bitcoin. But the CoinsKid cruise, at the moment the S&P 500 is taking off in space, Bitcoin's dropping like a stone, and the DXY is dropping like a stone. So, there's a massive divergence between risk and Bitcoin at the moment. So, we've got the main king of risk taking off right here, as anticipated, ran into the 1.272, correction, ran to 1.14, consolidating a range, ascending triangle, broke out, looking to get to that technical target. But in the process of all of this beautiful upside, Bitcoin is doing this, and the DXY is doing this. So I think that one of these charts is lying, and personally I think because of the fact that we've got the S&P taking off and the DXY breaking down, I think that Bitcoin's actually lying. I think that what we could be looking at Bitcoin is some kind of correction right now, zigzag correction, and this right here is only offering opportunity going forward for Bitcoin. Okay, so I'll dive into the Bitcoin chart with you, but like I've always said to you, I always try and find confidence in many of my charts and my projections, and right now we've got a clue in the S&P 500 price discovery all-time highs and the DXY actually breaking down in a bearish continuation pattern. So I think that once the correction's over for Bitcoin in the final fifth wave of the C wave, which is potentially what it's in right now, I think we should see some kind of turnaround in the Bitcoin chart. So I'll go through that with you in today's video. Let me dive into the Bitcoin chart right now to show you exactly what I'm looking at. Okay, so taking a look at Bitcoin on the daily time frame, at the moment we may have completed an impulsive wave on here, and obviously we may have completed a third wave. Now, the trouble with value wave theory is so subjective, but what I'm looking at, my primary count at the moment, is the fact that this is a macro wave 4 correction, and we're in a correction obviously across the board for the altcoins as well after 5 waves up. For example, V chains 1 2 3 4 5 macro corrections at play, chain link 1 2 3 4 5 macro corrections at play. So I'm just respecting the data in the charts right now. We've got obviously as well, for those people that pay attention to the XRP videos, from January of 2023, 1 2 3 4 5, and ever since July of last year we've been in this horrible overlapping correction before potential continuation. So one thing to remember at the moment on XRP chain, link and V chain, we've not lost the low from which we've come up in 5 waves. So that's really important, and again it's really important here as well. So if we take a look at this is your low for Bitcoin in November, 1 2 3 4 5. We had this correction that came back, but it never lost this low. Okay, so this was an impulsive move. Oh no, it's going to zero, but it held it and continued. It's the same scenario here. If we take a look for Bitcoin, we've got a really simple 1 2 3 4 5, a 5-wave move, and right now we're correcting the entire move. Now going forward, if we do start to break down and do something like this, create level high low structure and lose this green trend line, that would be really concerning for Bitcoin. But equally, if we do start to see a loss of this high here, invalidates my Elliott wave count that I have here for Bitcoin, a really simple one, in the fact that we've had a 1 into a flat 2 into a 3, which met all my targets and some. Like I said to you, I think the third wave will come up and make all-time highs, which is exactly what it did do, before we actually begin a wave 4 correction, which is what I think we've been in since early March of 2024 right there. So at this point I did flip bearish on Bitcoin and XRP and Chainlink and VChain and so on and so forth because of the 5 waves up. Really simple, and obviously the correction into the 1.272 fib for the S&P 500. So I have been bearish since that point, but again it's really difficult to find and pinpoint the absolute bottom of these corrections. It's so difficult. Okay, so again I should have been a little bit more biased to the fact that we would see this big ABC zigzag, because I did have targets on XRP of 40 cents which were met I think today basically. So I should have been biased to the fact that we've got a big ABC zigzag here because of XRP. But again, we can't bring bias analysis into the charting. What I was looking right now was simple, some kind of correction that was complete there, impulsive, corrective, and then continuation. But what we've done in losing this low right now, we increase in probability that we have alternation here. Really simple. So we've come from impulsive wave 1, sideways flat wave 2, which is the sideways here. We've had this wave 3, and right now we're in a sharp correction, this A, this B, this C. So if we take a look at the A wave, you can clearly see that just like this A wave here from April last year into I think it was June, got the overlapping corrective waves, we've got the overlapping corrective waves of A, we've got the 3-wave move up in B, we've got the 3-wave move up in B, and right now we're potentially in the C wave just like we were there. So all I'm going to do is be patient, not jump into any degen longs, which is what I did just there, because the loss of this low right now has increased the probability that this is the C wave of the ABC zigzag wave 4 correction. Okay, so I think that we began a correction in early March, and right now we're still in the correction because of the loss of this low. So really simple, what I'm looking at right now is 5 waves within that particular leg there. Just like we got the 5 waves here, the 1 into the 2 into the 3 into the 4 into the 5, we created a beautiful bullish divergence at the bottom of that correction, and then we broke out the beautiful bump and run pattern which we trade like a boss, and then we got the expected third wave to come up. It was beautiful. Okay, so I'm just going to kick back, relax, and wait for the 5 waves of C, be patient to build some more long positions for Bitcoin. But going forward, I think that, there is a case right now, unless we lose this green trend line, unless we lose this wave 1 high, that we're still caught in this beautiful 1 2, 3, 4, 5 scenario where we're looking for this, appreciation in Bitcoin, the final leg of a fifth wave, basically, the last wave before a bear market. I think the clues lie in the DXY and the S&P 500, so I can't get too bearish just yet until we start to break down and lose significant levels of support just there for Bitcoin. Primarily this green trend line. You see this green trend line? 2017, ABC back down to it, bolted. ABC back down, or massive bear market, bolted, and then we had a huge zigzag correction, bolted, then we had that huge flat correction and bolted. And right now, if we come back down to this and hold support, amazing. But if we turn it into resistance, I think that's a clue that we've entered a bear market at that point, okay? Because obviously, clearly, you can see you're losing this wave one high, which invalidates the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 scenario, okay? So we can't fall any greater than 31158 for Bitcoin. But something we are doing right now, if you take a look on the daily RSI, we're really oversold with a potential bullish divergence that's building just here as well. So I think the bottom's relatively close, if not in already, for Bitcoin, okay? So if this is a zigzag correction, what we should be doing is just kicking back, relax, waiting for a potential target of 1.618 to be met, around about 48k. And coincidentally, it's bang on target with that swing high as well, which was never back tested as support basically on the break. So that could just be the eventual target of this correction for Bitcoin. The 1.618 around about 48k in 5 waves within C. So possibly got some kind of 1, 2, this is a big 3, 4, 5 with a bullish divergence, reversal, and then start to come back up in the final fifth wave here for Bitcoin. That's the bullish scenario. Break down below that, start to turn this into resistance. See you later, alligator. I'm out. Okay, so I wish everyone the most luck, but so far so good. We've got this correction that's kicking in like this, and it looks as though we're in the C wave right now, looking for the turnaround for Bitcoin. I wish everyone the most luck, okay? Stay healthy, stay strong, stay tuned. Take care, everyone. Back to another update on Bitcoin. Bye-bye.